The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tiger Technician Hour with your host, Basil Chapman. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Now, Basil Chapman.
Good morning, everyone. Basil Chapman here. This is the Tiger Technicians Hour on Tuesday, May the 20th, and we're looking at the Dow down 33 at 42,757. If it can go above 42,842, I think it's 0.09, it continues this leg F/B. I'll talk about it in a moment. I just want to get through all the indices right here. So we got the Dow down 40, the S&P. Let's see, also down 19 at 59.44. We've got the QQQ trading at 519.13, down 284. IWM, the Russell 2000, down 40 at 208.56. Now, this is going to be interesting because the IWM, the Russell 2000, is just stuck for about a week now. It's been stuck under the 209.74 200-period exponential moving average, but this is going to be interesting. Why? Because it's holding well. It's above the 9-period moving average. The 9 is above the 14. The MACD is good. Stochastic's flat at 93.67. We'll see whether or not that's able to move higher. I want to go to the SMHs. The SMHs semiconductors down 2.5 at 243.52. The same story there. Holding quite well, but has had 4 sessions now under the high, but not by much, but it is under the high. I'm going to go to the gold contract right now. The gold is up 44 at 3,278. This is interesting because there's still this geopolitical risk that's going on right now. So this is still reflective of that. It's holding very nicely. The GDX has had a very nice pop to the upside, up 78 cents at 48.12. The 9-period moving average is still weak, but it's holding pretty nicely here. I must say, in silver, just stuck in the sideways trading range, up a little bit today, up 41 cents at 32.92. Look at that. It's like a platform. This 200-period moving average, it treats it as a little bit of a propellant, but it doesn't really rocket it up. It's not a trampoline. It's just a cushion. So the moment you're looking at the you're looking at the continuous contract silver, and I must draw this in here. This is the Chapman Wave Inside Track. Just time alone will take you out of this down channel, but it hasn't done it yet. It could do it today. But in the meantime, what I am looking at is that weekly charts. It's just stuck in the middle, but it hasn't broken down, hasn't broken up. That's really important. I do want to go to high-grade copper because high-grade copper is the same thing, sitting on the cushion of the 200-period moving average is down 0.03 at 4.64, not going anywhere. Let's just see SCCO. Yeah, same sort of thing. Let's look at, I do want to look at CCJ. This is the uranium area, holding quite well, not doing very much, up 43. The Chapman Wave Inside. So I can do this now. This is a technique I developed years ago. It's called the Chapman Wave Instant Restart. If you get to a leg D, and then you make a peak D, within 3 sessions, if you make a higher high, you can immediately consider that could be an E/A, an alternate count. The next high is an F/B, and then you get to a G/C. If it actually gets to a G/C, there's a really good chance that it's going to do more than that. It is going to, in fact, turn around and pull back maybe just a tad and then go to a D. It's at that D that you've got to be a bit careful. So that's Cameco oil, uranium fuel. I just wanted to go through that. We're not in our UEC anymore. We had that for a little bit of a gain. Now we're out. Now what we're looking at is, so that's the instant restart. That means I can start looking at the others. Let me just, in the meantime, I want to go to the bonds. The bonds are down 13.30 seconds. So the TLT, remember, just took out the left side 84 round number low that was made back in early April the 7th, I think. And then it went to a peak C, and it make a C minus because it did the H pattern, took out the left side low. and its trading rate went to under 85. Now it's at 85.37. That's very important because you've got your H pattern in the weekly chart, the TLT, and I'm going to just do this to show you the TBT, and it's fascinating because it did break to the upside. So this is called an overlapping wave in the Chapman wave parlance. What you've got here is peak A, right there. You've got a peak B, and this goes to a C. So this is very important because this is the start. This is the buy signal, goes to a buy mode right there. And then it pulls back, goes to a peak B at about just over 37, pulls back, starts a brand new one. Another, this is gray A, gray B, because it's under that peak C. Then you've got an overlapping wave. And what's really important about this does two things. This is almost like a Chapman wave right there. Overlapping wave that suggests that you could also make a cup and ladle breakout pattern, which should go to a peak D. Well, look at this. You've gone to leg C yesterday, just above that. So this is what we call a restart in the technique, because it's gone to a peak A and a B, pulls back, does another peak A and a B under that previous one. And as it goes, it's a combined leg C, and that's usually very powerful. So that says the ultra-short Lehman 20-year Treasury bond ETF should go to a D. Doesn't say how high it's going to go right now. The other techniques that do it, 38.98 was the high back in, that was January, the week of the 17th. I think it might try to test that. This is very important market-wise, because if yields keep going higher, at a certain point it becomes a resistance level. So they've got a bunch of questions here. So I do want to show the instant restart. So look, here's the Dow, INDU. It went to a peak D, and within one bar rest, second bar goes to a higher high. And when it pulled back, it never took out the low. So this is peak D. This is E/A, F/B. And we'll see. It could still have a pullback today, and then a higher high goes to GC. If you can go to GC, very often you'll get to a D. But wait a minute. Is this the same thing with the S&P? Look at that. It went to an instant restart way up here, not lower down. 4,835.04 was the low on the 7th. Now we're trading at 59.40. So do you get an instant restart here, suggesting that we're going to do a whole brand new peak A, B, C to the upside? I don't know. It could still do that, but my question is only one of, can it do it? That's all. It's done it before, but this says not only is this an E/A, but if it doesn't take out this low in the next couple of days of 5865.16, 65.16, if it just tags it by 1 penny, that negates that. But if it holds, it can still do that here. That takes us all the way into the end of May, if that's correct, with higher highs. Wow. And look at the QQQ. It's a little different because it's had an instant restart. I always put the yellow circle there to show you there's an instant restart. This has gone to an E and an F. Is that F/B? And then you're still going to go to a C and a D. It's possible, but that's single leg up to the A, to that E. That is really sharp after an instant restart. So I'm just saying it's there. There's nothing negative yet, and I'm watching this very closely. The on-balance volume is only negative, but the stochastic is at 97%. You can't ask for anything more than that if you are bullish in the market, and that so far is the case. We've got a Dow down 82, S&P's down 22. Basil, Chapman, I'll be right back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Folks, we're back. A whole chunk of questions. Let me just do this right now. So I didn't do Bitcoin, so let me do that, and then we're ready to start the day. BTC trading right now down 936, leg F on the upside. This can't be an instant restart because it took 1, 2, 3. It's the fourth bar. Now, it could be a down arrow and up arrow. That's something completely different, but it hasn't. And it's got this tremendous inside track repellence in the whole 109 to 111,000 area. Let's see if we can get there. Now, I do want to show you this just briefly. So, look, here's the starting point right here. On this E-mini right now. There's your A. Goes up and pulls back, and now under it goes peak A, peak B, peak C. Then it pulls back, but that's still not a failure pattern, because what we have is within the context of this whole idea of the starting point, you can count each successively higher peak. Above that, all I'm saying is that within that context, let me just get this right here. I'm taking a moment just to put that in. Place order. Oops, only one. I don't want two. Okay. Yeah. So within that context, what we're looking at is the chance, just the chance, that that's an overlapping wave there as well. So look, this is A, that's B, this is now new leg C, and all of this should combine, if correct. And it can push, the 1 minute chart can push above the 59.64 level, that the resistance, that's going to be very important. Why? Because finally you've got at least a little bit of a power move in the 1 minute chart. That's going to help the 4 and the 5 and the 5 minute and the 10 minute. But it has to do that, and I would say it has to do it fairly soon. So with that in mind, let me just go back here. What we're looking at is, so the Bitcoin, yeah, it's done very well. Maybe it's getting a little bit, the on-balance volume says, yeah, it could take a little bit of a breather, but this is good. Okay, now the questions came in. So the first one would be VGC. This is Vista Gold. A very nice move today, up 13 cents at $1.18, up 12%. Now this is a leg D. That's really interesting. The daily, weekly. So are we looking at the very small caps now starting to move higher under the auspices of The gold having had a really good rally, and now the little guys are starting to catch up. I think that there's a chance that we do that. And even more important, let me just get this in here. Got that. Well, even more important is that the silver, is that the same lagging effect? And now we're going to get the silver. So VGZ doing very nicely. Now it's up a little bit more. This is a very low price stock, $1.17. So looking very good. So the next question came in. Where's the support at one? Well, the low today is 1.04. And it's trading at 1.17. I would put the support on the very short term right here between 1.08 and 1.02. If it goes under 1.82, it might stall for a little bit. So let's go to the next question, which was, here we go. And I'm sorry, yes, I did not have a look at the IBRX. I did not have a look at the Tiger YouTube yesterday I was just so busy, I just kind of overlooked it. I'm sorry. 2.96 for IBRX, which is Immunity Bio Inc. Oncology has a product called Anctiva for bladder. Yeah, this is looking good. Leg C. Is this small cap day? Yep, but I guess 2.96 down, up 16 cents. Now, the whole thing is this. If it's able to surpass this high, the high that was made back on the 14th of April at 304, if it's able to get to 308 to 310 on a closing basis, then all of a sudden you're looking at this high that was made on the 1st of April, which is at 3.26, and then the next high is at 3.47, and that means that the support is 2.97. So the support today's low is 278. I would say 280 to 269 is kind of the support area right here. It's doing very nicely. PAS is another silver stock, Pan American Silver. Let's go there. PAAS trading. PAS is trading up 34 cents at 23.52. This has a different pattern altogether. This went to a peak D back in early April in the 28s, and then it pulled back very sharply. It pulled back to the 22 level. So this is a peak A, and this is your start. Let me circle this to show you. That's your starting point. So every high above that, every peak has to be counted in the chart wave notation. And that's a peak A, and then it pulls back and makes a peak A and a B. Fails, comes down and goes to another peak A and a B. And that's even smaller, and each candle is just tiny. So what you really want to see for Pan American Silver is that today's Tuesday. I would even put it sooner. I would say Tuesday. By Friday's close, I'd like to see at least one tag of the 2387 to 24 area. It just has to touch it once. And if it does that, then what's really important about that particular pattern, it says that the 9-period moving average, which is very weak, can flip to the upside and cross the black 14-period moving average, and that would be very positive. This is a much, much weaker stock, Pan American Silver. So with that said, I want you to go to another question, which was yesterday, and I forgot to do it. I'm sorry about that. And that was Honeywell. So General Electric had this amazing thing there that it was down in the 80 area or 100 area, and then it had this incredible rally. And on the way, it split off. It had GE Healthcare, it had GEV, Genova. This is, it was really, and GE itself went spiraling higher. So the question is, can Honeywell, which is going to spin off, do the same sort of thing? Now, remember, we had a spin off from Triple M. Look, Triple M trading up peak A, B, C, D, E. There's no instant, 1, 2, 3. Yep, there's an instant restart. And doing very nicely, up 12 cents at 154, and it spun off that stock that we have, Solventum, down in the 57s, had really good gains, and we haven't added to it yet, but it is at leg D. So that's just one spin-off. So I'm saying, I think so. I think Honeywell is right in that sweet spot. It does, electrical components, etc. It's really a very important component to the it's in the Dow, but it's even more important than that. It is, let me give you the exact definition here. Honeywell does. Honeywell does aerospace, building automation, industrial automation, energy, sustainability solutions. I mean, they're in everything. So they're going to be spinning off into different sectors. And as I see it, now I could be completely wrong about this, but as I see it, that high that was made the most recent high that was made back in November of 2024, 242.77, here it is at 225. I think that's a possibility as a separate entity, just Honeywell, before the spin-offs. But of course, when it spins off, that price will change and the chart pattern will change, even though it's the same stock, just because that sector gets taken out of it. I like it very much, and I'm going to say, yes, I agree. And when I get back, I will talk more about it. Basil Chapman, Tiger Technicians Hour.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the Opening Call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening Call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Tiger Technicians Hour is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
So, question in Tiger YouTube, or just a statement about about Ralph Lauren. So this is going to be very interesting. Okay, so this is Ralph Lauren. Let me just put that in, R-A-L-P-H. Of course, I've had this all notated for years. I don't know what happened to my notation, but that's not the issue. Ralph Lauren Corporation, of course, apparel, fancy apparel. All right. So what we're looking at in this particular instance is it's up 5.73 at 283. So there's an instant restart, Chapman Wave instant restart. I always circle it just as information, right? So it makes a low down under 180. It gets to this 238 area, makes an instant restart. That becomes an E. Think E/A. F, think F/B. And then it goes to a G. That becomes a G/C. That says there could be a bit of a pullback and then a D still to come. So not only is this a fantastic technique, because what you've got is you've got a Chapman Wave instant restart, and that instant restart, if it succeeds, takes you, it's the only technique that I know of that says it can take you to a brand new peak A, B, C, and even a D. And there's a chance that this is exactly what it's going to do. So within that context, what I'd be looking at is something that is quite important in terms of this, is that the weekly chart went to a peak E and it's made this V-shaped recovery. Now, the V-shaped recovery, that alone is something to keep in mind, because that says there's a chance that there's a double top. Well, we saw that in GE, that there was a chance of a double top. Not only did it spiral right through it, which says that it's either an A or an E, but everything about it says that you've started a brand new move. It has to be an A. In this case, what we're looking at is RL symbol, trading at 283.18, up 5.51. The MACD crossed positive. The 9-period moving average in the weekly just 2 weeks ago crossed positive. The stochastic's only at 66. It needs to get to 80 to give me confidence. On-balance volume was already a little bit overbought, but that weekly chart is leading us to the monthly chart with a much steeper in terms of time, because there's only 2 bars down and 1 bar up. And that just says, watch this closely, because if a stock like a Ralph Lauren, which is really, this is in the category of discretionary income, at least that's the way I think of it. Some people think of it as the most important thing that they can do. I'm just suggesting to you that this could be a very good example of a recovery in certain sectors of the market that reflects something really important, regardless of tariffs, etc. Look, why would Ralph Lauren? Maybe because they've got a little bit of leeway in pricing. I don't know. But anyway, this is great action. Thank you, Jeff, for showing that to me. Yeah, I had it notated the other day. I actually had the instant restart, and then for some reason, it takes a second just to do it. So this is very important. Not only that, the starting point in the weekly chart was on the week of the 9th of August at 155.96. And here we are, didn't take it out. So this could be a continuation pattern, meaning whatever it gets to above the high that was made right here, the little double top high of 289.33 the week of the 7th of Feb. If it goes 1 penny above that, that'll be an F/whatever the notation is for that on the weekly basis. So that's very important. Let me just tell you that at 283, a worst case basis says that the gap in the 250s will be tested in the short term. Looking out, I think that's what's going to happen. But on a short, very near-term basis, the low of yesterday, which was at 268.97, let's call it the 269 to 265 area, should be very good support on any sudden pullback. All right, next question came in. Wait, I've got it over there. Is the VIX building a floor to go higher or lower? Oh, that's a really good question. So the volatility index. The VIX index is trying it's underneath the 200-period moving average. Now, it hasn't been under the 200-period moving average since that whole January, February time frame, actually more February of this year. And in that interim period, it skyrocketed to 60.70 on the 7th of April, the exact day of the low. Now what we're looking at is hugging that support line. So what I would do is, excuse me, let me just draw this if I've got an Eiffel Tower. No, I don't. That's way too long. So another way for me to draw the left side, right side price time match, I don't think it even works this way, is to go from the low, not to the high, because just visually, you can't, there's no way that you can look at this and say it's going to make an Eiffel Tower straight up, straight down. It's already gone sideways. So then what I normally would do is I'd go to that candle there, the trough of the cup formation that attempted a rally before the dreaded H. And then I'd click on and I'd just say, okay, but that misses as well, misses by a lot. So all I can say is that we're getting to this that level of 1715 back on the daily chart, back on the 25th of March, and the low right now is 1715. That's interesting, huh? 1702. Okay, 1702. It hasn't got there yet. So the question is, let me just put it this way. I'm thinking that May has higher highs to come, right? That there's a real good chance that we've got those instant restarts and that we've got higher highs to come. I'm thinking the very end of May, going into June, is where I'm looking at the market and saying, is this where you become most vulnerable? And we have a sharp slide into about the 3rd or 4th week of June. This is just my scenario. All you can do is have a scenario. I'm not acting on the scenario at this point in terms of the short side, but at any point, it's not just one spike. At this particular point, if the VIX index at 18.36 actually trades in the 2450 area or higher for 2 consecutive sessions, that's when we get a sharp decline. But up until then, this is still very good action. And you can see the market is, look at this, is trying again to get some traction to the upside. And now you've got the other indices that are starting to say, hey, I'm in this. I'm doing this as well. And I don't know if it's going to be able to do that. But in the meantime, back at the ranch, I like what I'm seeing on the very short term. The Dow is still down 84, but the S&P's come back a little, minus 16. So let me just do this. I'll be right. Is this? Oh, this is good. We've got a ton of time. I got to the charts and the questions very early this time. I'll be back. Basil Chapman. What's the next question coming up? Is can I look at MGNI? I will.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening Call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. an amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds for both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Yeah, so let me just do this. I'm going to go to the Mag 7 that I was asked about in a moment. This is QBTS. This is D-Wave Quantum and Quantum Computing. It's leg E in the monthly, leg E in the weekly. It's up 16.41. It's up 3.29. It's a leg D gap up today. Really good action, breaking into new all-time high territory, I believe. Yeah, this is the kind of thing that's acting so well that in a way it looks like a biotech, except it has really good monthly candles. Well, actually, this is the first monthly candle. We don't know where it's going to close. So this is very good. I would just say watch 14 as a support level, but really 1366 is where you don't want to go under it right now. But I would look at it and say, if it gets to the 18s and if you're in it, is this the one that you're not in? No, that's not the one that you're not in. This is acting very nicely. So I would do this. Normally I would say when you get a big spike like this and it's like a gift that you didn't suddenly expect, because yesterday it's shooting in the 13s, today it's in the 16s, take it a little bit off as part of money management. So I'm going to recommend, if you've got it, take a little bit off, just money management. It's great. I mean, you got a gift. You didn't have that yesterday. And it's a gift of almost 3 points. I mean, that's really fabulous. But at the same time, this is a leader now. This is really something to keep your eye on. And it's QBTS. Now, next question was, let's just do this real quickly because they are definitely lagging. Amazon is down $1.94 at 204.25. Yeah, these are all lagging. Apple lagging. These are the leaders. Now you've got new leadership. Yeah, Apple is at 208. I would say money could be put elsewhere, or you could keep this just as core positions, but I would take something off and put that something into leadership position. I mean, look, the new leadership is GE. Look at that. GE all-time high as we speak at 235.90, called 236. Absolutely fantastic. Leg A in the weekly chart. We've been long for a little bit, quite a little bit now. Since I think late April it was. Most importantly, it is acting its leadership. Look at DE. This is Deere acting right now beautifully. It's down 68 cents at 529, but it went to an all-time high just 3 sessions ago. That's what you want to see. Netflix is still one of the leaders, one of the few leaders. Netflix trading right now, all-time high 3 days ago. It's down 5 3/4 at 1,186. Really strong move, but there aren't that many. Microsoft, even there, it's lagging. It's down 2, having made a high yesterday at 4. I think it's 456.19. It's acting well. So there are just few in that sector that are doing nicely. Question about MGNI. Someone said, I've missed it. I missed the move. We spoke about it recently. It's done great. What do you think now? Well, you see, it gapped up today. This is Magnite Inc. Is this? I had this notated now. I don't remember. Is this the one that has that the residual? I'll just look it up right now. It's like a aftermarket Magnite Inc. Does. It's not MGNI. No, I wrote it wrong. MGNI. How did I do that? Okay. Yeah, so that's a little different. So that is, there we go. Developing, primarily focuses on developing, manufacturing, and applying protective coatings to metal products. Is that right, MGNI? Yeah. So that's different. I forgot which one this is. So this is doing very nicely. It gapped up today. I had a left side, right side price time match to the 14th of May. It hit it exactly. Look at that. Boom, boom, and to the low. This is the number of bars on the left from the bar I chose to the low, back to that bar that I chose, and it did it today. It popped over it. Now, what I would say is that it's gapped up. It's still up $1.07 at 16.39. My only concern here is that it's getting to this resistance area. So if that's the case, then what I would say is, if you want to get in, I'd look at it differently. If it goes into the gap, if in the next two sessions it actually trades under 15.80, I'd say, it's going to take a little bit more time to digest these gains. If it doesn't do that, but in fact, it digests gains without taking today's low of 16.09 out, and it actually breaks above the 17.10 high of today, that's great action. So what do I do? You aren't it's already had a full move, a buy signal to buy mode. This is not an instant restart. This is a brand new down arrow at E and an up arrow, and now it goes to a peak D. A leg D. Ooh, what do you do? Okay. Because I like it, it's attractive, and all the technicals are still good, I'm going to say start your engine right now. I would do this. I would just really, you can't get a full position, and you can't even just get a small position because it's just a little risky now. It's at $16. It could easily drop $1.50, which is like almost 9 or 10%. So start your engine with an initial entry right here at 16.33. Let's look at it again. I'm going to be away Thursday, Friday. So we've got tomorrow. Let's look at it again tomorrow, and I'll explain it again because I want to see where it closes. If it takes out today's low, that's a problem. But start your engine. Just get your foot in the door at 16:30 and hope the door doesn't shut on your foot. But most importantly, I would just say, if you're able to have, on this very small position, I'd have a 10% stop. All right, so maybe 15, 16, 30, maybe a little bit of at least thinking of a stop at 15.65, just for today into tomorrow, and then we can deal with it. I hope that's helping you. This is just, what do you do with stock? We've had a couple of stocks that broke away. We didn't get a chance to get in, and now they're up beautifully. Some actually one we have, but we wanted to add to that position, and it makes it very difficult because they're at recovery highs. And you say to yourself, whoa, I'm about to buy it. Yeah, thank you, Dan in the Den. And Anktiva has seen rapidly growing sales, albeit a small base, since it launched only a couple of quarters ago. That said, IBRX is planning additional studies. Great, thank you so much. Yes. Good, thank you for that information. Dan. So we did that, VGZ, and another one, and Magnite, together with its subsidiaries, thanks Fletch, operates an independent omni-channel sell site. That's what I thought it was. It was an advertising. So wait, what did I do that got the wrong information? That's what I thought it was. It's like a reseller of independent omni-channel advertising platform. That's the way I'm looking at it. I might be wrong. And I think that's in a good area right now. Whew. So wait, I'm going to do that again right now because I do want to get that right. Magnite Inc. Magnite Inc. And are we talking the same thing? Magnite Inc. does. Yeah, that's right. Okay, I don't know what I did. The largest independent sell-side advertising company. Thank you. That's what I thought it was. So I feel nothing changes in terms of the plan, but it's doing very nicely. And the weekly chart today has got an L, which means that the weekly chart going into Friday hopefully remains with the 9-period moving average finally crossing positive. That'll be a big deal. I'll be back.
This year has already been a wild ride for the market. We started off heavily in the red, traversed back to all-time highs, and we now have a trade war looming. Trying to play this chop as an individual trader leads to death by 1,000 cuts. Where does this market go next? Should I add to this position or cut my losses? Where is the next opportunity? Tariffs, trade wars, analysis paralysis. Don't become a victim of this intense market. Instead, join Larry Pesavento over the second and fourth Friday of every month for 3 hours of live trading. Larry has been through many markets just like this one, and the insight he provides is invaluable. The dates for this month are April 11th and 25th, 9 a.m. to noon Eastern Time. Get in here and let's start trading. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Hi folks, so we're back. So the question came in with the SMXS. I'm just going to the SMHs for a moment. They're down $1.56, not kind of leading right now. That's a bit of a pity. At 244.43, down $1.58. So as I see it, there could be just a sudden spike to the upside. There needs to be. It's already 4 sessions consolidating since the high that was made. Right there, 249.83. I can't remember if that was it. 249.44. That was on the 14th. It really needs quite quickly to, there's nothing wrong. The stochastic's flat at 93%. You love that. But I want to see a sudden spike, and today should have been it. And today it's really struggling. So that's what I want to look at. So I can't really give you an SOXS right now, other than to say, if it closes, actually, even if it takes out 245.50, yesterday's high, by 1 penny, it just has to go 1 penny up, that's going to say, great, now I can do the cup formation and try to get back to that high. But up until then, right now, it's just kind of stuck. So I'm sorry, I can't give you any information on that at all that I think would be pertinent. And now what I want you to do is this within the context of where we are. So the Dow, let me just put it this way, is lagging. I don't know which stock is pulling it back, but it's now down 64. It's attempting to get higher. The other indices are showing a little bit more strength, even though the S&P is down 12 still. Just attempting, and you can see in the 1, 5, and 10-minute charts of the E-mini that, yeah, it stalled at a peak D in the 1-minute chart, but it's only a peak C in the 5-minute, and the technicals are still strong. So there should be an attempt to, I would say, to get to the 573 level. If at any point today we get above 576 in the E-mini futures, it's going to drag everything to the upside, but you have to wait for that to happen to see if it's going to unfold. So in the meantime, I'll see you with Jacob a little later on today. Check out my opening call daily newsletter and have a great rest of the day.